Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session of With It Easy. Today, we're going to talk about how to visualize a line plot like this one. Again, without any coding knowledge at all, and we'll use our old friend ChatGPT as the helper to guide us through the entire process. Now, let's jump right in. First of all, where can I find this plot? Well, this is published currently on a GitHub repo called dv4c, and you can actually easily find that by Googling that. So if I just Google GitHub dv4c, and you can already find this one. So if you go to the root directory, if you call that, for the GitHub repo, the plot we're going to focus on today will be in the folder called mass-spec deconvoluted data, and is in this Jupyter notebook right here. So if you scroll down a little bit, this is the plot we're trying to use ChatGPT to help us generate it. And this raw data actually can be found in the same folder, and is this CSV file. So if we click on this, it already shows us the entire CSV file. And given that we don't want to overcomplicate this video about how to use GitHub to git clone, set up your SSH key and all that, we can wrap that into a separate video. We can just simply download this using the GitHub repo, GitHub UI right here. We click this, it's already downloaded to our download folder right here. Now, let's jump into our ChatGPT. So we need to describe our data. So maybe we can just copy this. And right here, we can say, I have a CSV file in the following format. Oh, now how can I use Python to generate a line plot with? So we need to describe our line plot a little bit. I know that ChatGPT currently has an app for macOS, which allows you to copy paste in figures, which is very convenient for our application. But to be applicable also to other OS users, I'll refrain myself from using the ChatGPT app for this video. So instead, we'll have to verbally describe this plot to ChatGPT. At least that's what we need to do on the day of October 30th, 2024. So let's do that with, I think, we focus on this. Yes. With mass as the x-axis and counts as the y-axis. Let's just try this. Okay, it's basically saying that we can use pandas and matplotlib libraries in Python to load a CSV file and create a line plot. And it also gives us a code example. Let's try to copy and run that in our Jupyter notebook. So, cool. Now I already have my Jupyter notebook open. It's right here. So for the sake of our organization of all the notebook, I created a new folder called With It Easy. That's our channel. We can open this and we can create a new notebook with a virtual environment called DataWiz. If you wonder how to install Jupyter Notebook on Mac or on the PC and create a virtual environment to be used in the notebook, you can check out these two videos on the screen. And we'll not cover that in this part of the video of this session. So we'll jump right in. So if we open this, and maybe we can name this as mathback deconvoluted line plot. So if we paste this in, so if we don't enter set in Python and we just directly run this, we'll run into the error saying that there's no module named pandas. So this is where ChatGPT is helpful. We can just post this in and ask him why we're seeing this error. So it's basically saying that to resolve this, you need to install the missing libraries, and you can install them using the following command. All right, we can go to a terminal, start a new tab, and let's just follow that blindly. I'm pretty sure this wouldn't work, so it's basically saying the requirement already exists. So we run that command, but if we rerun the whole code block, we'll run into the same issue. Just throw that to ChatGPT, and let's see whether he can figure out. All right, so this is helpful because ChatGPT immediately give this answer that maybe this is caused by different Python environment, which is exactly what happened to us. So if we have multiple versions of Python installed, we should install these two required packages in the environment that's currently used by our notebook. We'll activate our virtual environment, and then we can rerun that command. Alrighty, now the installation is success. Let's rerun this and see what we got. Well, if you know Python, you will realize that this code will also not work, but for a different reason. Okay, there we go. So we run into a different issue. This one is saying FileNotFoundError. Usually, yeah, there will be a one-liner summary of our issue. We can copy this and throw that into ChatGPT. So just to give ChatGPT a bit more context, let's say after fixing the library issue, I run into this one. And this is also very helpful. If we read through that, it's basically saying that this error occurred because Python cannot find this file. So we need to check the file path and provide the absolute path to our CSV file that just got downloaded, which is right here. So let's open this in Finder. And a trick on Mac is that you can press Option Command and C to quickly copy the absolute path to a file. Or you can right-click this and press Option, and this will tell you that you can copy it as path name. So in this way, if we replace this your file.csv as our path. Now, it asks me to allow terminal to access the download folder, which I want to do that. And this is the plot we get. Now, this is a big step, even though it's not exactly what we want. We can further define that. Let's see. So first of all, we notice that we only have a line plot on the left. There's no marker. So we want to say, we want to remove the marker. So how can I remove the marker from the previous code? Okay, it says simply omit the marker argument in the plt.plot argument. So we can remove this one and run that again. So now it's much better. We don't have the marker on that anymore. But something else that's different from the plot here is that there's a defined, or there's a much narrow max range in this case, which also is very obvious that all the interesting peaks happens somewhere between 14,000 to 16,000 Dalton in the mass. So if we want to fully reproduce this one, we can ask ChatGPT, how can I change, cannot spell today, the x-axis range to, I think that's the range. Let's double check. Yes. Let me close the other two a little bit. So here is suggesting that we can use xlim function to change our x-axis range. So we can just copy this line and go back here, put this in. So now it's a lot better. Let's say it looks very similar to the one we have here, except that this one has the grade, and maybe we don't want the grade. So you can say, how can I remove the grade in the plot? So we can simply omit the plt.grade_true here, so we can remove that. There we go. So now the tricky part is that we also have a legend here. And this legend obviously is highlighting different peaks of their identity in this trace. So let's see whether ChatGPT can handle that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we need to first identify the peak location, plot them separately with unique color, and then add a legend for each peak. So in this example, these are the peak positions provided based on the mass, and these are the color. So we can copy this line. Actually, we probably want to copy the entire code to a new code block. We need to fix the path to our CSV file. Okay, now if we just blindly run this, this is what we got. And it looks already very similar to the plot we have here, except that the different peak location in terms of its x-axis is wrong. So we can change the number here, or if we can further throw challenge at ChatGPT to see whether it can help us to automatically identify the peaks. Okay, suggest code to automatically identify peaks. Okay, this is very interesting. Um, looks like ChatGPT already know the context that we might miss some of the Python libraries in our code. So it suggests that we will use SciPy. So it first tells us to make sure install this SciPy library. So let's do that. And to go back to our terminal, and we can paste that in. And whilst doing that, let's go through the code here. And ChatGPT gave a pretty good explanation about what's going on in the code, especially in the explanation part. I'll pause here a little bit in case you need to read through the whole thing. But let's copy this and give it a try. Make sure we fix the path here. And make sure it already selection. Okay, that's successful. Let's run this. Okay, interesting. You're saying that the name NP is now defined. This is some error that ChatGPT didn't catch in the first shot of the code generation. So let's throw this to him. So it is missing the import of the NumPy library. Okay, so it looks like it successfully identified these peaks, but it didn't plot it the same way as it did in this plot. Let's see whether we can have ChatGPT fix that. Let's say now the picking works, but the plot is not the same as the one given before, where the peak was shown, or peaks were shown as overlapped colored creases. Yeah, here we go. And I think if you carefully compare this code with what we already have here, you'll notice that the difference is mainly on this part. So if we copy this and I think plot it here. Yes. All right. So now this looks extremely similar to what we have here, except that we have different label here and we have different color choice. So the color choice is okay. I don't think we care too much about that. Let's see whether we can give each peak a meaningful annotation, right? And here, obviously, this is our desired product in this mass spec trace, and this is the DNA molecule missing an A base, missing a C base, missing a T base, and missing a G base. So let's see whether we can be a bit more also flexible in our prompt. So can I manually give annotations to each individual peaks and use those in the legend? Okay, here's the annotation. And as we already see, the peak 1 through 5 will have, this is basically by order of here. So we copy this code, paste it here, make sure we fix the absolute path to our CSV file. Then we can try to match the annotation here. I think this is MSG, MSA, MST, MSC, and full-length product. So if we run this, then we got this plot, which is very similar to what we have here, except that the order of the legends, some specific name. Looks like ChatGPT also provide us with some further annotation on the plot to highlight where the peak is with the name, which is very nice. If you don't want that, we can also throw that in ChatGPT. What if I don't want the annotation with arrows in the plot, but just keep the legend? I basically removed plt.annotate. I think that's right here. So if we remove the whole thing, this is what we got. And if we compare that with the plot here, other than the dimension and maybe some font size, title, and a specific palette chose for this plot, it looks pretty much the same. So I think I'll call that the end of our session today. I hope that I convince you that you don't really need to know Python, and you can just use ChatGPT, and you can download the CSV from the DV4C GitHub repo. I will also post a link in the comment, and you can reproduce this nicely plot. And with that, that's the end of our session. If you like this video, make sure you press the like button. And if you have any questions, concerns, put it into the comments. I will read them and try to reply them as soon as possible. With that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.